again with Agency on Aging Area 4. We're going through Cooking Matters, and today it's going to be a fun one about getting more water but using less sugar. So I've got a few activities and handouts. I will let everyone know there's a few people who I have emailed today's activity and last week's activity as well. There is someone who I actually mailed out quite a few items for the class as well. So if there is any additional persons online, don't forget to write your contact information, email, and your address if you are looking for little items that I give out every week. Sounds good? Today, I'm hoping in the chat, I know there's someone in the chat, but we'll wait. But don't forget, in the chat, there's going to be a survey. And if you guys can complete it, it'd be great because we get funded through CalFresh Healthy Living. And I want to come back and teach more Cooking Matters classes as well as all the other unique classes we have. So please do the survey. That's the only thing I ask of you for today. And we'll get to the activity. Thank you. I have a few handouts. We're going to talk more about drinking water. You don't necessarily have to drink water. There's other alternatives. One of the activities I'm going to do today, we're just going to look at a nutritional label. I brought a few items, a canned soda, Powerade, and Coca-Cola. We're going to go through the how much sugar is in these items. I'm actually going to give it to a few people, and we're going to go through it together. We're both going to go through it. We're going to see how much sugar it is. We're going to have all three. I'm passing along to everyone here. If you feel comfortable reading it out loud, there's a science behind it, I guess you can say. And we're going to look through. On one of your nutritional papers, you can either be looking at your Rethink Your Drink. You can look at anything that has a nutritional label. One of the ones we're looking at, and it talks about the nutritional label has calories. It has total fat. It has total carbohydrates. It has total sugar. And right underneath that, it says something about included sugar. So that's just added sugar that we actually, certain bottles or sodas are actually have in there. So we're going to go over how much sugar by teaspoon Coca-Cola has, how much does Powerade have, and how much does iced tea have. I'm going to pass. I'll probably do two of them since you're close by, both ways. We'll start off with the Coca-Cola. Tell me how many servings are in Coca-Cola?
One can.
One can serving, so it's one. And how much total sugar is in?
Oh, total sugar is 39 grams.
39 grams. So 39 grams, you do the calculation. 39 grams, you times it by 4, because that's how many grams are using teaspoons. You times it by 4. It'll tell you more on the Rethink Your Drink. There's more information about it. So you do the grams of sugar divided by 4. That actually equals, and I kind of already did the math, so we don't have to do it. It's actually 9.75 teaspoons of sugar.
Wow.
So this is how much sugar just in that can of Coca-Cola. Wow. I wish I had a clear container so you can see the difference of how much, but it's a lot. Now the next one is going to be the Powerade. This one's going to be a little different. How many servings do we have in Powerade?
12 ounces.
12 ounces, and how many servings? I'll give you a...
Oh, 2.5.
2.5 servings in that big Powerade. And what is the sugar?
21 grams.
21 grams. So with this one, we're timesing 2.5 servings times 21 grams. And because I did all the math, that equals up to 52.5 grams. And in teaspoons, you have to times by 4. You get 13 teaspoons. So a lot different compared to, you can see the difference, I hope. But basically, it's a lot different because there are different serving sizes. That's 2.5 compared to the one serving Coca-Cola. The last one I have, I'm going to do it. It's the sweet tea. There is 2 servings in this tall can of sweet tea, and there is 32 grams of sugar. So I have to times this by 2 since there's 2 servings. So it's going to be 64 grams of sugar times 4. That's going to give us 16 teaspoons of sugar for, because I'm not going to lie, I do drink this. Occasionally I drink this. How about anyone else? And it's okay, be honest. Sometimes, or I know a lot of people don't, or there's the diet version, that's perfectly okay. But just understanding how much sugar we're ingesting, I think that's the main thing for today, just finding a calculation. So if you do look at nutritional labels, it might be a good idea just to look to see how much included sugar there is, because it's more surprising than you think. I know some, well, my grandmother before, she drank, her thing was Dr. Pepper. So I'm from Mobile, Alabama, so everything was Dr. Pepper. I don't know how many cans of this she drank a day, but it was enough that I'm buying 12 packs. So can you imagine how much sugar she's ingesting for the entire week? But it's a slow progression to get her into diet drinks, but it happened. So honestly, this isn't to necessarily deter you, but just to educate you to see how much you're really drinking. So if you are diabetic or if you do have some blood sugar issues, it would really help actually if you look through the labels. That's the first activity. So I'm hoping you enjoyed that, gave you some information. If I did not, a lot of these handouts I already mailed a few people. I'm hoping you got that last week. Also, I sent out a few. Thank you, Carol. I sent out a few of them today, and if you do have an email, you like this handout, let me know because I can send this as well. Let me take those sodas, and we're going to go back to our options of water. And in one of the handouts, it talks about using water, but infusing water. I think that's a great one. It's right here, Drink Smart. It talks about instead of using sodas, there's alternatives. Of course, I have a pitcher here full of, this one's lime, cucumbers, and mint. But honestly, there are so many other options you can choose from, either going online, looking at other things. Here it says lemon, orange, watermelon, cucumber. But honestly, I use anything that I have on hand, even if it's herbs, like that's one of my favorite. Or if you are using 100% fruit juice, that doesn't have any added sugar, I would check your actual food label first just to verify, but usually 100% fruit juice, look to see if there's any added sugar. Usually the concentrate, no added sugar. But great way to look at the nutritional label just to verify. So remember, drink water and smoothies. That's the one we're going to do today. We're doing the strawberry banana smoothie, and I do have a mix, so we're going to try that one as well because it's whatever you can find, whatever is affordable. I do have strawberries, and I have this berry mix, and we'll go to that soon. I'm going to pour a few cups of water or infused water that I made. You don't necessarily have to do it as, I think I did this about an hour ago, but I feel like within 15, 20 minutes, you can taste the infusion before then. So honestly, I did it because I wanted to be a little bit colder. So we're gonna try some of this out. I want just to see how it tastes. Give me just a second. I was going to come more prepared, but I know there was a class, but I have it all here. And at the end of class, if you are interested, I found some neat recipes involving infused water, like if you're interested in something sweet, if you're interested in something tangy or tropical, we'll wait to the end of class too. And of course, herbs. Honestly, where I got most of this was online, eatsmart.org. Of course, there's other alternatives you can find, but it's just infusing your water just to make it taste a little bit better, just in plain water. But is anyone interested in trying out my infused water?
No.
I'd like to. No. And my lovely assistant is going to actually help me out today. You sure are.
It's not the things.
Thank you. And this is just, tell me what you think of it. And if there's an issue with mint, I don't know if you have any type of heartburn, acid reflux, let me know. You don't have to drink it.
I'll take one to Sean.
Here. There'll be plenty more if you do want some. Tell me what you think of it. I wish I can give you some on camera, because I swear Carol is always looking through one. Oh, okay, thank you. I hope you enjoy it. Tell me what you think.
It's good.
Don't be a stranger. It's okay. Do you taste the mint, or do you taste, what other flavors are you tasting? I hope it.
I can taste
I do with what I did, and honestly, you can change it to your preference. I just did cucumber. Okay, she takes cucumber, and I do lime. So anything that you have in the pantry, honestly, sometimes I just wing it, and if I have little one or two things, I'll put just that into. And surprisingly, watermelon tastes amazing with the water. I've tried that just last week because I had a lot of extra. So you can taste the lime? I'm glad. Well, it's something that you can incorporate other than the sodas and the teas. Flavored water or infused water could be a great alternative. One of the recipes we're going to do today, I hope you have it. It's our fruit smoothie. I want you to look, you can either look at the fruit smoothie recipe or the label lingo that we have. It's both. I'm going to talk about the nutritional labels. Know that in our fruit smoothie, we have 0 total added sugars. All of the things that I have is all natural sugar. A little bit of fibers, 2 grams. And it's 2 serving sizes that I'm making. So always look at the serving sizes on the top. Of course, calories, you see that for the fruit smoothie it's 150. It changes depending on what you're actually going to make. And of course, you want to make sure, like, if there's any fiber, which is great because fiber technically it doesn't process. It helps with roughage. I guess the word can be. It helps you poop better. That's what fiber is. So we want to try to get more fiber in our diet as well. But let's try our smoothie recipe. Give me just a second while I set up my blender. Any questions while I'm slowly setting up? Do you actually, and it's okay if you don't, have you tried infused water before? No, it's okay if you haven't. It's a good stepping stone to do it now.
There's a extension cord on the other side.
Oh, you're awesome. I don't even have to have it. And you guys are going to be better than me because I'm using frozen strawberries and frozen berries. It's a little thawed just because I've been here. And I didn't have a refrigerator, so slightly thawed. We are going to make 2 servings just because of the people here. And I do have quite a bit of product here. Is everyone okay with orange juice and yogurt? It's a plain yogurt, and the orange juice I have is pulp free, but as I say before, if you have any acid reflux, orange juice or citrus might be an issue.
No, I'm okay.
Okay? Good. And we're going to do our entire recipe just by reading it. It's pretty simple. It's only a medium banana. I omitted ice cubes just because I cannot transfer that, so I'm using a little bit more frozen fruit. But if you do have that problem and if you have ice, great. It makes it a little bit more smoother and cold, but not necessary. I've done it quite a few times without it. Which one? Do you want to do the berry medley or the strawberries?
Berries.
Berry, I love the, we're going to do berry. And we're going to double it just because of the people here today, and this is 2 servings. It says 4 strawberries. We did a little bit more than that. And I've tried this without orange juice. I've tried it with water, and it's been amazing. So if you don't have orange juice, that's perfectly okay. Water works great. I've had a few people who haven't liked the yogurt, so we omitted that and just did water. Even came out even better. It's the banana that really gives it its sweetness. Like when I think of it, it's the,
Substitute yogurt. Milk.
yeah, milk could be a good alternative too. Like,
I don't take animal products. I'm vegan.
oh, and any other milk alternatives, they'd be great as well. Like the almond, the oats.
Just put almond milk.
Perfect alternative.
Whatever you do, yeah.
It's going to be whatever your preference is. So if this is not for you, I can actually make we'll make a plain one.
But I like to see what's your idea.
Okay, I'm glad you want to see the recipe. My measuring cup. Actually, I'm going to use a bigger one. And we're making 2 servings, so that's what I'm going to do, about a 2 cup. It is, oh, and I'm using a non-fat yogurt, plain. It doesn't have any added sugar. Surprisingly, the vanilla one does have added sugar, so that's why I did not get that one. And 1 chip. And if no one has a problem with orange juice, we will do orange juice. And remember, if you don't have this at home and you want to admit it, I have a water bottle just in case anyone didn't want orange juice. It tastes delicious actually. Now my baby blender might be having a hard time to work, so you can hear a little bit of noise. Bear with me for the noise. It should be fairly quick. And of course you can add spices. I know with the recipe it does say cinnamon. It's optional, but if I did not bring that. But if you do want to try any type of spice or herb, perfectly okay. Make it your own. Give me just a second. See how much it didn't do? And that is why I have my handy dandy spoon. That's perfect. And if that happens, just get a spoon and stir it. My blender's not the strongest, but when you're making smoothies, it doesn't have to be fancy.
What kind of berries did you use?
I actually used a berry medley, but you don't have to use that. The recipe here says just strawberries. I do have strawberries too, but I also had the berries. And the berry medley was just strawberry, blackberry, and raspberry and blueberry.
Oh,
So,
mixed berries.
and they were on sale. They were the same amount, same cost. So I said, let's try both of them. So if it's honestly, it's to your preference. I've tried this with just peaches and bananas, and I thought it was great too. Which fresh fruit? Oh, that'd be great. You just would need ice. You can use fresh fruit if you have it. With fall and winter coming in, it's a little harder to find good. Well, I can't say good, but tastes sweeter. It doesn't taste as sweet. Like I don't know if you've tried the strawberries. It's not as sweet as it was during the summertime. So that's why I just chose frozen, but don't have to. And honestly, I didn't have ice. So if you have ice at home and you have fresh, use that too. Bring up anything that you have. Just put it all in the blender. No, that's a great one. I don't know what people make. What do you guys do when you make a smoothie? What do you usually do if you make one? You don't make smoothies? No, it's okay. And don't think just fruit. The Vitamix, I like that. That is fancy.
I put spinach and mint in my smoothies.
I like the spinach one, and the spinach that I do, and you honestly, you can't taste it.
Kale.
Ah, kale. If you want to try kale, I have tried it. It's a great vegetable. I just have not gotten into kale. I've not gotten into kale, but kale's a great one. Mm-hmm. Another one, a great fatty acid, avocado. You cannot taste it, gives it a great creamy effect. So it doesn't have to be just fruit. Oh no, that's okay. Honestly, anything to your preference. Don't be afraid of vegetables. If you do choose to put it, because with the sweetness that you do add, you can barely taste the green. But avocado and spinach, banana and strawberry, my favorite smoothie of all time. Mm-hmm. I like that. What was that? Carrot. I like that. Carrot's good for the eyes. I honestly, I do like that. And it's going to be the season this winter time. So if you do incorporate carrot, tell me how it goes. Oh yeah. Honestly, there's so many vegetables that have that effect. Mm-hmm. No, every and the only thing that I hope that you get from the class is I like that everyone's using a fruit and vegetable, but incorporating that into your meals, into your water, into honestly anything, just to I'm not saying if you do drink that, I'm not saying it's bad, but keep the infused waters and the smoothies, the milks, the non-dairy, keep those as options too, because they're great alternatives. We're gonna try the smoothie. You guys are gonna tell me how it is, and don't be alarmed if you don't like it. I know it's an acquired taste, especially with the citrus. Ooh, as I drip on the white. And remember, you can make this to your liking. This is just the recipe that I looked up.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
My goal is just to not incorporate added sugar. I have that when I'm eating a cookie. I might as well.
I don't incorporate in my foods sugar and oils.
And olives?
Oils.
Oils. Okay.
Oils too.
There are some good oils out there. We're going to talk more about snacks. And if you do stay for the class next week, they'll talk more about
I
that.
don't have any disease. I'm trying to do it for my health.
Good. Thank you. Take a taste, see how you like it.
Very good.
If not, I do have more that we can create. I wish people virtually can taste this so you can see how it is, but just know it's good. Or from the head nods that I'm getting from the crowd.
That's very good.
Good. So is it something that you feel like you can incorporate, or at least,
Put whatever you want. Yeah.
and it's honestly, it's easy to make. You don't have to, my big issue is I'll get fresh fruit, but I do not eat it quick enough. So in a pinch, even when it, and when it comes to this, like, you can still freeze a banana. Of course, take it off, take off the peel, put it in the freezer, especially when you know that it's like, this is going to be maybe something that I want to use. I'll put this in the freezer. They won't turn brown. You're going to peel off the skin, though. Yeah, you're going to peel off the skin and toss it right in the freezer. The color will still stay the same.
Cut and put in a container and put in the fridge.
And I feel like bananas make everything I make with smoothies just a little bit smoother. Can you taste the bananas in it? You might end up tasting more of the.
Sweet also. Makes it sweet.
Good, and it does add that sweetness to it. So we talked about the smoothies. We talked about the label lingo, reading the nutritional label, finding out that total sugar. My goal here is to get you to look at the food labels. And if it's something you want to look at that included sugar. Because the included sugar, usually when it says included sugar, this recipe of course says 0 grams, but anytime it's 4 grams equals 1 teaspoon. So if you got 4 grams, there's a teaspoon of sugar. If you got 8 grams, there's 2 teaspoons of sugar. So just know, 4 grams, a teaspoon. And you do all have the handouts. Of course, everyone who is virtually, let me know. I can give you those handouts as well. I really want to. Let me make sure I got everything.
Got some.
Oh, that's good, and Carol. But, oh, thank you. You do have it. You got it in the mail. Yes, we have someone here who actually received it. I sent it to a few people. Some that I sent, or some I sent today, so they'll be receiving it by next week. Tomorrow, next week, we're going to be here, regular time, 11:30, right, Sean? Regular time. We're going to be talking about snacks. So I'm going to bring in some variety of snacks. And I do have a few reinforcement items as well. You see how I changed it up from just items. It's little measuring cups. So you can actually, when you are making smoothies or anything like that, you can actually start using these measuring cups. There's the cup here and the little teaspoons and quarter teaspoons over here. Don't forget, there is a survey for the people who are online. You can wait a little bit. We'll wait to the end. You guys aren't going anywhere. There is a survey online. If you could participate in it, that's how we get our funding, so I can do these neat projects. Tomorrow, or next week, I'm sorry, is the last week. So I'm going to be telling you about another savory you're going to complete. So that's why I want you to complete the first one before you do the second one. They're fairly quick. Just some questions about, I think there's 5, telling you about how you're eating and what you're eating, and we're going to see what happens. So thank you guys for joining online. Thank you guys for joining as well. Come in at 11:30. Snacks. Maybe there's some trail mix. Maybe there's some dips of some sort that we're going to try out. But if you guys want extra smoothies and water, I've got plenty of them to make. And of course, if you guys are still here, you can watch me make another smoothie too. Any questions or concerns? Or just to say how great this class was?
Class is great.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. So I hope you end up coming next week for the snacks. That we're still, does anyone want to try another smoothie? We can omit one of them if there's a preference of orange juice or yogurt. Does everyone like the same one? Is that it? Want a different one? Okay, we'll do a different one. Just a strawberry, okay. I am gonna rinse off this just.
Don't need the same thing. Same thing food that don't need the wash, just food to eat.
Just put it all in. You're okay with that? Okay, we'll use the same one. I was gonna rinse it off, but
Oh, you put the okay.
okay, I like that then. The people here are just like, put it all in. We can eat it. I love it.
Do we want to keep that online or?
For a few minutes if you like, but everyone online, don't forget to put down your email if you like the paperwork. I sent a few over already. But if you, I will mail out some things later on today. So if you are interested in the measuring cups and whatever we end up doing next week, I'm not going to tell you. Come right there, you write down your address and your name and of course email, and I will send that out. But have a good day online. I'm going to make another smoothie for this crowd here. Have a good day. Let's make one.